Hey guys, Johnny here, and today I am here with Jules Reanna, a member of the Jacksfilms Creative Council. Jules, welcome to this here
Hey,
video. How you doing?
fan freaking tastic. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Great.
Just absolutely thriving. I
So
think.
glad to hear that.
Thank you. Yeah. So, we were just talking about how I first came into contact with you through Pissmas.
Is
Um, it
this?
was it was a throwaway joke and a yai, and then it became something so much more when you tweeted the lyrics. Um,
Yeah, I really wanted Jack to do more with that joke when I put it into the eye, and then
yeah,
he simply did not.
yeah,
So I just needed. I originally thought that I was gonna do it, but I'm not good at any of that kind of stuff. So I just was like, take it, internet, somebody do something. And
right.
thankfully you did. I don't know what I would have done if you didn't. So
Yeah,
thank
I
you.
think he was doing the internet a disservice by just brushing it off. So
Absolutely.
I'm glad that we
Absolutely.
were able to make something out of that. um,
Me too.
so um, you now work with Jack
Yes, I do.
as a member of the council. Um, when did you first start watching Jack? Like, when did you first hear about him? How did that start?
We're coming up on 11 years of me
Wow.
being a Jack
Okay.
fan.
Okay.
Yeah, I joke a lot that like people say like that the council is a very similar sense of humor to Jack, and like
Mhm.
for me it's because I've been watching him since I was like 9 years old.
Right.
So of course our senses of humors are very similar.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I've been watching him for a really long time, and when I started going to VidCon, which is how where all this craziness started,
Yeah.
I like met him every single year, was always so psyched to meet him.
Nice.
I was
Okay.
like an honorary member of his PR team the one year, just going around being like, you know who Jacksfilms is? You want to go to his booth over there?
Oh
I
my
could,
gosh, that's awesome.
yeah, it was that was way before I started actually working for him. But
Mhm.
I've you really think about it, I've been working for Jack for years.
Right, 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 right. Yeah, because like you know, I feel like um the way things like this always happen, it's always like when you look back at it, it's like, oh, that makes total sense. It kind of progressed one thing to the next. But yeah, so that's cool to hear because I didn't know the like origin story, I guess you could say,
Oh, I
of
could give you the full story of how this all came to be,
yeah,
because
absolutely.
it's a good one. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah, so like I said, I've been watching Jack for forever, and I started going to VidCon in like 2014. Met him every single year, and then in 2016, he did a contest with Domix to do an anime watch along with him and
Okay.
Domix.
Hmm.
And he was like, it was basically like one of those tweet with the hashtag and we'll DM you if you win. I saw it like 3 minutes before the contest closed, didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
And then like an hour later, just walking through the expo hall at VidCon, I got a notification that he followed me and I lost my mind.
Oh
Like
man.
I was like 15 at this point. I was like
Yeah.
bawling my eyes out in the middle of VidCon. So embarrassing. And
Yeah.
if you go back and watch that stream, it is equally embarrassing. And so he started following me on Twitter because of that. And
Right.
I guess he just never had the heart to unfollow me. And thank God he didn't. Because then in like 2018, he needed Twitch mods. And he already knew who I was. So he got me set up with that. And then we made the Discord. And everything just kind of avalanched into what is now the council. And actually, a year ago, coming up on the 25th, was when he first made the group chat and was like, "Hey guys, this is something I want to do." So
Wow.
it's been almost a full year of the council, which is bizarre.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, congrats on all of that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, and like I will say, great work because I've been a fan of Jack for a long time, but
Hmm.
since that like blind format came about and you could definitely see the council sort of become a character in the
Yeah,
videos, it's
for
just been
sure.
like I think the best stuff that he's been making. So
I
kudos to you
fully
guys.
agree, and it's
Yeah,
so nice to hear people agree. And
absolutely.
also, and honestly, I think it's like the happiest that Jack has been with his content. And I think that, like, obviously Jack is a super creative person, but having a team of, like, how many of us are there? Like 8 other super creative people to kind of be like, that's a cool idea, but what if we also did this? Just to
Right.
kind of, like, I think about, we did the Valentine's Day, like where we matched people for
Yeah.
Valentine's Day this year. Like that was fully just us sitting in a call being like, what should we do for Valentine's Day? What if we did some kind of yai thing? What if we did more than a yai thing? What if we
Yeah.
lied to them?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was amazing. Yeah. Super, super creative stuff. That's awesome that you guys are kind of like given the freedom to like play around and have fun with all
It's very collaborative. Jack definitely gives us maybe more freedom than we deserve sometimes.
that.
This is a little inside scoop for you that didn't actually end up happening, but we tried to April Fool's Jack,
hmm
and it
Okay.
didn't end up working.
Oh,
So
okay.
what we did was we made, like, we got a bunch of answers together for a short, but we purposely put in just a bunch of really garbage answers.
Right.
Like, it was the same forehead joke 3 times in a row, like absolutely terrible answers, because
Mm,
we know that Jack films shorts every Friday and April Fool's landed on a Friday. So we're like, this will be perfect. We'll get him so good.
yeah.
And then, so we asked him on Friday, we were like, Jack, any feedback on the shorts? And we
hmm
were like, being coy and funny about it. And then
Yeah.
he was like, what are you talking about? And we were like, oh shit. And he was like, what did you guys do? And everything was ruined. And then he didn't end up filming the shorts for like another week. So we just we
Okay.
scrapped the idea entirely.
Yeah.
And I don't know that we ever like fully told Jack about it, but it would have been really funny if it worked out.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
We
That is so
tried.
funny. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
tried.
Well, A for effort. And if Jack sees this, um,
Then
you
he'll
know,
know.
then he'll know. Or if he doesn't see this, there's still time to do it again.
This is
You
true.
know?
We could do it on like a random Wednesday.
And
We'll
that
totally get
would
him.
right, it would fool him even better, There you
She's
go.
like, Jack, check the date. It's April 1st. Bet you didn't know that.
Yeah, the last question says like April 1st or something.
That's how we had it set up on the last one. It's
Oh
still
yeah.
sitting in a folder somewhere, so in
Yeah.
our little team drive
Right, right, right. Well, there's some potential there. Could happen.
in the back of the head for later.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so when did you know that you were funny?
That's such a good question. I think I first realized that I was, the most hilarious person in the universe.
Mhm.
After the day that Jack had followed me on Twitter and I tweeted, bet Jack won't even recognize me, LMAO. And then
Mhm.
I walked up to the VidCon meet and greet and he did recognize me.
Uh-huh.
And it was really funny and embarrassing. So I think that's when I knew for sure that I was going places in life.
Right, yeah. That was the first moment.
For real.
No, that's awesome. So like you had been a fan of Jack for 11 years. And it's been this wonderful little journey.
I have a tattoo of his logo. He's not allowed to ever get canceled ever.
Really? Yeah, we need Jack to stay chill.
He better. Job's on the line.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot at stake now,
Yeah. It's not
So
just him anymore.
right, exactly. He's got more people to take care of for sure. So one of the things that you'd kind of mentioned was like the sense of humor, and how you kind of share a similar sense of humor to Jack.
Yeah.
Which I think is like, super important to be working with him and to kind of have that.
Absolutely.
One thing that I notice is that like a lot of the answers on Yais do have a similar sense of humor, and they all sort of have like a kind of a cohesive voice.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious, like, do you think that over time that's sort of just happened, or is that something that's like a little bit more curated?
So it's interesting because I think that everybody, like the group of people who we all work with, we all have very, very similar sensitive humors, but it's interesting because the age range definitely varies.
Yeah.
So a lot, like in the beginning, it was sometimes frustrating because I would be like, guys, this is a really funny Gen Z joke. Trust me. So I think it's been a lot of us just having to trust each other and be
Mhm.
like, if there's like a older joke that maybe I don't get because I'm the baby of the group or whatever, but like Beth and Amanda will be like, trust me, Jack will get this and it'll be super funny. And it's a lot of just us having to trust each other that things are actually funny.
Right.
In the beginning, it definitely, I mean, I don't think you'll notice through videos, but for us, like, it definitely wasn't as cohesive and through a lot of Jack being like, hey, maybe less of this and more of this, and us being
Right.
like, you're so right, we shouldn't do that. Like, I had to cut myself off of the piss jokes at a
Mhm.
certain point, and I kind of lost a lot of power in the council in that moment.
Right.
No more piss jokes are allowed unless they're really funny.
Well, I think over time you can just start sneaking them back in,
Oh, 100%.
and
And I will.
yeah, yeah, and you can make your way to Pissmas too.
Let's
It
go.
sounds like you're already there. One of the things that I've kind of wrestled with myself, and I think a lot of fans of Jack would kind of feel the same and wonder the same thing, is like, why isn't he funny? Like, I feel like he's been trying for so long, and like we're all waiting for him to like
Yeah, it's
make us
like,
laugh. And
yeah, we're rooting for him. We really are. And we've been
yeah,
doing these weekly training sessions, trying to get him to be funny.
right.
And we actually have one tonight. But
Mhm.
he's trying real hard, and he's learning the Gen Z lingo.
Mhm.
I think, oh, I don't remember what word he used on Twitter the other day, but everybody was like, "Did Jules teach you that?" And I did. Um, yeah, I think he'll get there one day eventually with our help. We're kind of holding
Right.
his hand through it.
Yeah.
But I have faith in him. I really do.
Yeah. Comedy's a journey, and
Yeah, for sure.
maybe one day he'll get there.
I sure hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
His
Same
job
here.
kind of depends on it.
Right. Again, he's kind of got to get moving on that one, I think.
Been a
um
little while, but
yeah, no, it's fine. Everything's fine.
yes.
Um, so, you had mentioned that this wonderful lovely council with the glowing eyes started with a little bit less cohesion than it kind of is now.
Hmm.
Could you talk about kind of like how you guys handle creative differences, if that ever kind of comes up?
It definitely does, but I think it's just a matter of like we're all friends first before we're coworkers, quote unquote. Like I
Yeah.
think we definitely get irritated with each other every once in a while, but I think when it comes down to it, we all know that it's all over stupid stuff. It's never like you didn't think the answer that I chose was funny. And
Right.
it was a lot harder in the beginning because sometimes I would put in answers that I would think were absolutely hilarious, and the rest of the council would be like, maybe not. And I'd be like, damn, that really
Yeah.
sucks. But I just think because there's a decent number of us that, like, we can kind of vote on things pretty
Mhm.
often, and it's always a majority rule situation unless one of us is being like really, really, really stubborn, which doesn't really ever happen
Yeah.
except maybe back when I was allowed to have my piss jokes.
Right.
But yeah. Again, I think it just comes down to we all have, we've all been watching Jack for forever, so we all have very similar senses of humor.
Right.
But, there are definitely moments where we're kinda like, "Why did they pick that?" And the
Yeah.
rest of us are just like, We've been talking for a while about how we need to stream one of our council meetings because especially, like, the more creative ones, like, writing the commencement speech, that's still my favorite yai of all time.
Yeah.
I love that. Like doing guys like that and writing the Mario movie and stuff like that are my
Mhm.
favorites. And
Yeah.
I think that fans would really enjoy watching us trying to put them together. I think we would also love their input, but
Yeah.
we have a lot of fun with them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that would be something that people would love to see. The same as like an editing stream or something.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think, yeah, letting like kind of giving a little look into the creative process is always
yeah,
super super cool. Speaking of that, I didn't even think about like how long it must take to put everything together sometime. Especially
yeah.
with those more creative ones. Like, are you just constantly screenshotting? Like,
Oh yeah.
do you like have times blocked off for yourself? I feel like that would get overwhelming.
Yeah, so we all kind of have like different systems. Like I
Mhm.
know like some of us work from home, so we're able to have kind of like the two monitor setup of like
Mhm.
it real life human job on one side and then Twitter open in a different tab in the other one.
Right.
And then so we do meet like every weeknight at about 10, and the meetings for the shorts can sometimes be like 10, 15 minutes done easy peasy.
Yeah.
But like some of the longer ones we've taken like especially the video entry ones,
Mm.
like the recent what did we just do? The video one, the mustache one.
Oh,
Those
right.
meetings can sometimes be like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for us East Coasters, our meetings start at 10 our time, so we're up to like 1
Yeah.
watching the same video over and over and over and over again. But like
Yeah.
obviously it's worth it, and
Absolutely.
those always end up being the best videos or the ones that
Mhm.
we spend way more time on.
Yeah.
It just, it can be a lot sometimes,
Oh, absolutely.
but it's worth
Yeah.
it. 100% worth it.
Yeah.
No, I cannot complain.
Yeah,
I
no, for
literally have
sure.
the best job in the world. I'm not allowed to complain.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, that's so cool though. That is, I mean, it's awesome to hear that you guys get along so well and like have that
100%.
good relationship. I think like working with good people is
Yeah.
like the key to like any job going well.
Absolutely. Yeah, and like even we just added a new member recently, Elise,
Mhm.
and like nothing changed. Like the flow of anything didn't change. It was perfect. And I think that the group that we have right now is like absolutely like this is the council, this is the staple. Like I can't
Yeah.
at this point I'm like anyone else or anyone leaving, I don't know what I would do. I feel like I'd be
Yeah.
so discombobulated because I think we have such a good groove going right now. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's also good to hear that you're able to kind of like take that time to like, stop and smell the roses and stuff.
Yeah,
That's great.
I try to because sometimes, we all have our moments of this is frustrating and awful, especially when Jack asks a stupid question, which he does often.
Right.
I think my favorite stupid Jack question was he asked, my God, he asked, what's something that makes you say sheesh?
Oh
And me
my
and
God.
Erica had to be like, Jack, that's not how
Right.
that works.
Yeah.
And but the cool thing about Jack is that he was immediately like, oh, okay, sorry. And then like
Right.
threw it away, trusted us to be like, okay, this won't work. This doesn't make sense. Like that's a huge part of it. It's just the fact that Jack trusts us so much,
Yeah.
sometimes a little too much,
Right.
but but like it's so collaborative. It never feels like Jack looking down upon us being like, what did you guys do today, lowly council? Like it's just
Right.
very much all of us all of the time, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's super cool to hear. Let's I think we should switch gears a little bit
Hell
and
yeah.
talk about Be Funny Now, which
Oh, of
is
course.
coming out soon. Are you excited? How
Yeah.
are you feeling? Have you been
Oh my
practicing?
God, I'm so excited. I actually opened up the game on Steam a couple days ago just because they just recently updated it for the beta launch.
Mhm.
And like the music's in it, the music's fantastic. Marshall did I'm pretty sure all of the music, and it's
Yeah.
insane. And
Mhm.
also the amount of music that Marshall got done in such a short time frame is so impressive.
Yeah.
I'm just like, and we've played it a couple of times just like as the council, and it's so much fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get to play it with like other people because I mean I love the council, but like we all
Yeah.
know each other's jokes. I'm so
Right.
excited to play it
Right.
with different people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love
No, for
them,
sure.
but cannot wait to play it with different people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it'll be really exciting for the whole world to kind of see what's been
Yes.
worked on for so long. That's awesome.
Yeah, and we even my girlfriend got a chance to play it, and she's very much not a Jack fan. Not that she's like hates Jack or anything like that, but she's just very not into YouTube culture, doesn't know anything about it, and she had a
Right.
great time playing it. So just throwing
Yeah.
that out there. If you're not a Jack fan, or if you have friends who aren't Jack fans, they will still have a good time playing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, well there you go. And it seems like that's kind of what Jack was trying to do is
Yeah.
create something like super accessible to everybody. So
Yeah.
and I think two things that we really need right now are being able to laugh and also just being able to make fun of your friends.
Oh, absolutely.
And it seems like Be Funny
Absolutely.
Now provides both of those, so it's perfect.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
Oh yeah.
that's awesome. Okay, so to kind of like wrap things up here,
Mhm.
do you have anything that you would say to someone that has never heard of Jack's film? Like, do you have a pitch for Jack's channel?
Not that I have a pitch, but I do have like videos to start with that I
Mhm.
think are like the best ones. Number one being the class of 2021 commencement speech.
Yeah.
I cannot even explain how proud I am of that video.
Mhm.
That is my child. Um, I think also like some of the sketches that I think are fantastic that non-Jack fans need to watch is of course the $1 dog versus $1,000 dog,
Yeah.
which I'm obsessed with. And he made a video recently. I can't. He did a sketch recently. If it was him in his garage, it was like a house tour.
Mhm.
That one's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And any of the fidget spinner videos I think are also really good. So that would
Yeah,
be like that's what I've been showing my girlfriend a lot of because like I said she doesn't watch Jack, so I've been showing her all like top tier yais and then like a
absolutely.
handful of sketches, which I
Yeah.
think is like that's pure gold Jack film.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I'm also just so partial to Mimi Big Boy.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
you,
Absolutely.
you can't talk about Jack without talking about Mimi Big Boy.
Good shit. Good shit.
Absolutely.
And the whole
Absolutely.
emoji movie debacle,
Yes.
I think about that way too much and I make way too many people watch that movie. I cannot
Yeah.
tell you how many times I've watched that horrible, horrible movie.
Well, sometimes you just need to watch them get to Dropbox, you know? It's just it's a journey that we all can relate to.
So heart-wrenching and so
Yeah.
satisfying and
Absolutely.
everybody dance now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just makes
absolutely.
me want to download the Just Dance app.
Yeah, yeah. Completely coincidentally too.
Oh
Crazy,
yeah, just
crazy
it's
how
in
that
my
happened.
brain.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, Jules, thank you so much for taking some time to chat. This was
Of
awesome to talk.
course.
Yeah. And everybody check out Jack's films.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned for Be Funny Now coming soon. Where can people check you out if they want to see or hear more of your funny
Um,
things?
I mean, right now I'm kind of on that TikTok grind.
All right.
Jules Reanna, Jules Reanna on pretty much everything.
Mhm.
That's where you can find me. But TikTok and Twitter, those are my two, like, those are my homes. I live there.
Well, there you go. There you go. Awesome.